When you meet someone on the street, your brain starts painting them. Stereotypes, backstory, the whole movie. I do it too. Last week, I saw a man and I thought, cartoonist. Turns out he actually was. So I asked him the only question that could prove me right or make me look like a complete idiot. What does creativity mean to you?
Good, good. What does creativity mean to you?
Uh, well, it's a constant thing. You have to, it's got to be 24/7. You got to, if you're, I draw, so I'm always looking at stuff, how I would draw it, how I would capture it with pen and paper and stuff like that.
And what style of drawing do you do, if I may ask?
I fall into the cartoonist
Cartoonist.
world.
Beautiful.
I do animation,
Animation.
so
Animation. Uh,
accessible.
accessible. That's
I
good.
try to be.
That's good.
No hidden meanings. There are hidden meanings, but it's in the you can identify what it is.
And do you generally, like when you make a character, like when you're on the street or something, do you already give him like kind of a personality, or how does that go?
Well, that I'll mark down where I am when I'm drawing. Different. I live near Boston, so if I'm in Boston, I'll write down I'm in the library, and see if I'm trying to get archetypes, people that you see a lot of. If you come up to Portland, Maine, I've seen a lot of guys with beards.
He mentions guys with beards. It's just funny because every time I go to Portland or in any like hip town, I always think, do I just weirdly just stereotype myself into the hipster culture? Or is it just that aesthetic that always seems to be drawn out of people in cities and just look more chic, more alternative, more at the same time it's just a stereotype. Not everybody with a beard is a hipster, not everybody that is a hipster has a beard. But going back to him now.
With beards. Right? There is a stereotype, but it is true in a lot of cases. You see the women that shop carry the same little shopping bag. You know, if you're in a tourist town like this, I live in Salem, Mass, so you see a certain kind of goth kid there all the time, or even adults. It's not even kids. That they kind of reinforce the stereotypes. Because if you're doing, like if I do I worked in the game industry for a while. Whenever you're doing like game characters, we would kind of fight this, but you're doing a fighting game, let's say. There's the stereotypical, there's the little Asian girl that's good in karate, and then there's the big bruiser. So
I think he hits it on the head here. Every game I've played since childhood has always had like the, skinny little petite, as he mentions, Asian girl, and then the big brute that's gonna totally get his ass kicked. And it doesn't go just far as like Street Fighter or things like that. It also goes more so like in every other game, like from Tomb Raider to whatever. The woman is like, the cleavage is out, very petite, very strong, probably like very tight outfit, and then the guy's like very toned or very fit, and
types that you expect to see, you might try to reinvent them a bit, but they're based on something that you will hope everyone knows that's going to play a fighting game, let's say, or an adventure game. People rely on knowing what's coming next. They want to see the same characters, let's say, like in a movie.
Yeah.
The good guy, the bad guy. There's a certain identifiable traits.
So, do you think, you mentioning this, is there still like authenticity if it's kind of like becoming copy paste, or do you think?
Well, that's the trick. Sometimes you do it with the twist. The anti-hero became a thing. Clint Eastwood was the cowboy, but he wasn't clean cut, and he wasn't. But he still was the identifiable hero, even though he did some nasty stuff. So you have to reinvent. But there are times when you want to go back to the basics. Sometimes if you're doing a movie based on a classical book, the reason why like Lord of the Rings worked because they stayed with the source material. the TV show they did was bad, or at least I didn't like it, because they stray from. You want to know what you do want to follow the story, and you want to be ahead of the story too. You want to know what's coming up next, and if there's a big swerve, like if a character that you expect to be one thing isn't, give me a reason why he isn't or they aren't. You do in everything. When you meet someone, you see someone across the street, you paint the picture who he is, and you're either surprised or that is exactly what I thought. I see a
The cartoonist is right. The second you see someone, your brain starts catching them. You paint their whole life story before they even say a word. Sometimes you're dead wrong, and sometimes you're frighteningly right. And sometimes you're just projecting your own B movie onto a stranger walking by. I do it all the time. I go to the ice cream cone. When I sat down there to talk with all of them, I had no idea what she did. I thought she was probably just some New York uppity, just coming in for the city as a tourist. Turns out she was a local that worked for iHeartRadio. I would have never guessed that in a million years. I'm just part again of the imperfect machine that makes us human. Get into what real people are and who they are as a character. That's the only way you can find out. But at surface levels, we all stereotype. And I think it is part of what makes us human, even if it's imperfect as it is. And this cartoonist, he just shed light on it all. Anyway, back to him.
like in Salem, you see somebody in all in black, you have
Yeah,
a feeling someone that
yeah,
goes around in 90-degree weather all in black
yeah,
is all about.
yeah,
And occasionally they're not.
yeah,
It's I don't know if it's good or bad. It's not either. It's
Yeah.
people are what they are.
yeah.
So
Beautifully said. Yeah, I think that wraps it up.
good.
Good.
All right.
It's just kind of how we see the world, how we all just want to put people in these little boxes because that's what's comfortable. And that's what's we're all used to. Some say it's stereotyping. I would go a step further and say it's just us being human and trying to make sense of the world that we live in, and putting these little boxes just gives us comfort. So that was fun. Talked to a local gent, tells us about his creative side, how his creativity comes out. Let's explore more of Portland. Stay tuned.